What's up, guys? Trilogy here. Today we're going to be talking about the latest horror movie. Scary, not really scary, more of a horror movie. The latest horror movie coming to Netflix. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Kind of a late review because I know pretty much every movie YouTuber I follow has already posted a video, but figured I'd go ahead and do one myself. Just for some reference perspective, I have not seen any of the older Texas Chainsaw Massacres. I'm not a big fan of gore, so although I like scary movies, I like jump scares, I like being on the edge of my seat, thriller, suspense, I'm not a big fan of gore, and it's like one of the two things in movie and TV that really just kind of turn me off on a subject matter. That said, the gore in this movie wasn't too bad. I don't think it was as bad as the first one either. I was able to watch both of these without just squirming in my seat, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, as far as that goes, this movie, I haven't seen any of the other ones, which is perfectly fine because this movie just pretends all the other ones don't happen. They're taking the Halloween approach where they're pretending all the other movies didn't happen and they're just picking up right after the first one. And a lot of scary movies are just, when was the last time we had like a crazy big, not mascot, but yeah, what is the last time we have a crazy big mascot of horror? All the latest blockbuster movies are just reiterations of the older ones. We have the new Halloween movies, which is Michael Myers. That thing came out in like the 70s. We have Bubba returning from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That movie is like, I think that came out in like the 60s, the 50s, 70s, something like that. But I know it's really old. I think it's even older than Halloween. And then we also have the Scream movies, which, to be fair, the Scream movies aren't pretending the other ones didn't happen, but Scream is meta. You know, they do weird stuff in the Scream franchise. But just know, like, in the last 2 years, all of these movies have been making returns, and they're just sequels and building off of the old anthems. I can't remember the last thing that was probably unique. You know what I'm saying? Probably maybe the lady Samara from The Ring. I feel like she might be pretty recent. And then there's also, who else? I'm trying to think. Maybe Jigsaw? Jigsaw is also pretty new as far as that goes, but he's not really scary. He might be body horror, but I wouldn't say he's like a horror anthem mascot character either. If anything I'm saying makes sense right now. But yeah, so it's just like, as far as that goes, we're just doing a review, not bashing the actual idea and the movement behind it. But as far as that goes, I understand we go into this movie expecting most of these characters are going to die. There were like 5 people in the first movie, and only one of them survived. So I already knew one person was probably going to survive. Maybe 2 if we're lucky. We're not going to push it. There's one guy in there. There's one black guy in there. You're a double minority, so I knew he was going to die. I knew he was going to die. R.I.P. the black guy. You know, we're rooting for you. The person I was watching it with was like, the black person, they're going to die first. And I was like, wait, they don't really do the black person dying first anymore. Everyone's kind of aware that there's like this stigma, or maybe it's like more of a joke, a meme joke, I guess, that the black person is going to die first. We're only there for being one single black person, and we're just gonna die after that. But I said, actually, studios don't do that anymore. They usually kill us off second or third now. What did I tell you? He died second. I called it dibs. He was the second person to die after his girlfriend, who added nothing to the story at all. Like, she could have been anything, and it wouldn't have changed anything in the story at all. And then, as far as that goes, the rest of the movie is really just the 2 other girls, and we're just rooting for them as far as that goes. I'm not trying to figure out which one was the main character. So I'm like, is it the one who had the PTSD from the school shooting, or is it like the social justice warrior character? So I'm just like, which one of you guys are the main characters? And there was a lot of foreshadowing in this movie. It was a bit predictable, but I'm not gonna lie. The plot twist at the end where he just bashed into the window and he pulled her out, and then he was like, zink. I was like, oh, what? And then the car is on autopilot, and it's just driving away in slow motion. I'm just like, what is going on here? What is going on? But the ending I thought was pretty cool. Like I said, only one person's gonna get out, but I was surprised that they did 2 until they did it. Why would you throw that car on autopilot? If it's me, I'm hitting the gas. I'm getting out of this death town. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting the gas. Once we're like 100 miles away, then maybe we'll throw it on the autopilot. That autopilot was slow, boy. I never had no car with autopilot before, but that thing was slow. No wonder he was able to just walk up, bink, it's over. It's over, man. I was just like, man. And what I was saying was when Bubba fell into the water, I'm just like, okay, well, they're going to make his death scene ambiguous so that these characters get a victory in this movie. But if this movie does good, then we could just bring him back. But after that, there was nothing ambiguous about it. He was alive. There was even a post-credit scene that I saw later on. I didn't know that there would be a post-credit scene. Everybody does those nowadays. But apparently that boy is alive, and he's heading back home, the home that he had in the first movie. So who knows what he's going to get up to now that his mom died, and there's no one to basically hold him back. Leatherface is just so disgusting. You just cut a face off and you put it on your face. That's gross. But overall, I really thought this movie, it wasn't really gory as I expected. It wasn't the most entertaining thing, but I can't think of any part of this movie when I was just sitting there bored or counting the minutes or wondering when this movie was going to be over. So with that said, I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'd probably give it maybe a 7 out of 10 overall. There's lots of things we could critique, but this is just a quick review video. Overall, I liked it. Yeah, I really don't have any complaints about it. I would say that we could flesh out the antagonist, which is Bubba, but that's not really who he is. You know what I'm saying? He's just a slow guy who kills people. If anything, this movie gave him more motivations than he had in the first movie. In this movie, he's kind of being maybe protective, vengeful, so he might view it as these guys are the guys that caused his mom to die, or his adoptive mother, guardian, whatever. So he's just basically getting revenge because they caused her death. Or these people are invading in his space, this is his town, and so he needs to get rid of all of them. But with that in mind, the protective reasoning doesn't really make sense because the other characters at the end of the movie, they were leaving. You know what I'm saying? They're leaving. Or even the people on the bus, they were trying to leave. So it really wasn't all about that. But if you think about it, the people on the bus didn't have anything to do with his mom dying, unless you just lump everybody who's a stranger here as part of the same group, if that makes sense. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. If you guys have any thoughts on the movie or anything else I should check out or talk about, feel free to comment down below, like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more content like this, definitely subscribe. We do videos literally every day. Check the feed. We do a video every day. We also do a news podcast every Friday. That's Trilogy Talk. That's my long form content. Those things can range from anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, depending on what kind of news we have for the week. So check that out this Friday. If you really want to go above and beyond, I also have a Patreon. You can support for as little as $1 a month. And with that said, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball playing like Bird, Magic, or something. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man?